and this is a very busy ballpark. It hosts several major events throughout the year. 24 Hour News 8 Ken Coker continues our live coverage tonight with why it's so important that it gets rebuilt quickly. Ken?
Yeah, Marley, even as the stadium continued to smolder today, the team's owners vowed a comeback, saying that there will be a game played here on opening day.
20 years ago, folks used to say, you know, if you build it, they will come, given the movie. I'd like to believe here once again, if we rebuild it, they will come once again.
It was Dennis Baxter and Lou Chamberlain who had this dream about baseball in Grand Rapids more than 2 decades ago. Their dream became this, the West Michigan Whitecaps, the Detroit Tigers single-A franchise, and what is now Fifth Third Ballpark.
How difficult is it to look out at what you see there?
You want me to start crying again, don't you? I have shed a few tears today. It's really difficult.
The fire destroyed 11 or 12 suites all down the right field line, along with a clubhouse. But he was thankful that none of his 30 employees were hurt. This stadium is a huge part of West Michigan. More than 8 million fans have gone through the gates.
And I think that they're going to rally around us, and they're going to help us through our difficult time.
While the Whitecaps will rebuild, he was not certain the job could be done by opening day.
Could you open here opening day without that rebuilt?
Certainly we can. The playing field's in perfect condition. The bowl of the stadium at this point does not look to be touched, and so we have every intention of playing here in April.
The next step, he says, is to start working with the insurance adjusters.
You get over that initial shock and you say, all right, what do we got to do? What's the job? What's the next task? And we'll set about that.
Now, it's hard to believe on a day like today, but opening day is just about a little more than 3 months away on April 8th, so they've got a lot of work to do. Live in Comstock Park, Ken Coker, 24 Hour News 8.
Ken, thank you. Just such an important piece to this community. And besides opening day in April, we want to give you a look at some of the other big events coming up. Winter Beer Festival is scheduled to happen in the ballpark's parking lot next month. The 50th annual Midwest League All-Star Game is scheduled for June. Whitecaps officials promise that all of those events will go on as scheduled. Now, joining me live now is CEO and co-founder of the West Michigan Whitecaps, Lou Chamberlain. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I know this has been a tough day for you.
Yeah, it was a rugged day. I was in Chicago, and they called me and told me what was going on. The first thing we wanted to make sure is that everybody got out, and thankfully everybody got out. Nobody was injured. That's the most important thing. And then we start looking towards tomorrow and the day after and the day after.
Watching all of this, seeing all of this unfold, and hearing some of these developments come out, such as the sprinkler system not working, not having enough fire hydrants in the area, what are you looking ahead to now as you start to rebuild? Making some changes?
You know, I just arrived here. I don't think it's very useful to speculate about things that we don't know anything about and the facts aren't in. So what I'm more interested in is looking here, seeing what we've got in front of us. Let's face it, we got a lot of work to do, but that's never stopped us before, and that won't stop us now. It's you know, I think as Denny said this afternoon, this is more than a business thing for us. This is a community engagement. This has been a 20-year love affair between the baseball fans of West Michigan and the Whitecaps, and we're going to do our darndest to make sure that we are up and running on April 8th when opening day.
Well, I think you hit it right out of the ballpark with that one, a community love affair, because as you can imagine, we have heard from so many fans who have been devastated to see this today, wanting to know, are you really confident that it's going to start back up on April 8th? When you say baseball on April 8th, are you saying baseball here in the ballpark?
We're gonna do our darndest to make sure that it happens that way. Tomorrow we're gonna start picking up the pieces, see what can be done. The field has not been damaged at all, so we're just gonna look at it, and we are full speed ahead. We know that the community's behind us. I've heard from so many great people, you know, from people who are just electricians or carpenters, and they say, we'll do anything. And I've heard from people who say, you know what, my business dropped our season tickets a few years ago, but we're buying them now. And it's great to hear that, and it's important that we work as hard as we possibly can so that we can continue this love affair with baseball.
I brought my family out here. I know many of the people watching right now have done the same, so a lot of people behind you hoping that we can get this ballpark rebuilt and rebuilt quickly. Lou Chamberlain, CEO, co-founder with the Whitecaps, bringing Whitecaps to us, Michigan. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Marley.
And we, of course, will continue our live team coverage out here in Comstock Park at the ballpark. For now, though, we want to turn things back over to the studio with Rick Alpin.